two guys, no championships. So this is a special, special moment to do it in Stan Sheriff for the final game of the season, what they've worked so hard for. I promise they're going to leave it all on the floor, and they're not going to hold anything back.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one here for the Division II. City Nissan Court Report. Jimmy.
Hey guys, both coaches agree. Contrasting styles from both of these squads that should make it very interesting. On the Hawaii Preparatory Academy side, Fred Warner saying he's going to have to lean on his team's size and physicality. Touches in the paint, that's going to be the main thing for him. And he said if they have their way, it's a low-scoring affair. Meanwhile, on the Seabury Hall side, Scott Prather saying, yeah, they're big and physical. What we need to do is use our speed and athleticism. They're going to try to run if they can. This should be a fun one. Guys, back to you.
So excited to get this thing going. It is Punahou and St. Louis in the nightcap. We have four tremendous academic institutions ready to hoist the state trophy. HP and Vander Eberhard, talented sophomore Bromo Dorn. Can he cap off his senior year with a state title? We'll meet the teams when you come back for a chance to hoist the trophy today.
This Spectrum of
Four to one. These teams got here about 75 minutes ago. They were excited, ready to go, had a pretty good shoot around, and now it all comes down to this. 4 quarters, maybe more, to determine a Division II state champion. For the Zippies, team introductions, here's Kyle Miyamoto.
Aloha basketball fans, welcome to Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, here on the campus of the University of Hawaii at Manoa for the final day of the Hawaii Pacific Health HHSAA Boys Basketball State Championships. This afternoon's Division II Championship match features the Big Island Interscholastic Federation runner-up, the Hawaii Preparatory Academy Kamakani, and the Maui Interscholastic League champion and top-seeded Seabury Hall Spartans. Let's meet the starters. First for Hawaii Prep. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 2, Micah Yamasaki. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Kingdon Simmons. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 4, Christian Rhodes. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore, number 13, Vander Eberhard. And at forward, a 6'4" senior, number 22, Cam Roots. The head coach for Kamakani is Fred Warner. Now here are the starters for Seabury Hall. At guard, a 6'5" senior, number 2, Bromo Dorn. At guard, a 6'5" senior, number 3, Keahi Shoestrand. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 5, Soren Moog. At 46-foot senior, number 14, Jack Benden. And at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 15, Sebastian Peterson. The head coach for the Spartans is Scott Prather.
Our friend Kyle Miyamoto appreciates you so much for the Zippies team introductions. Always exciting times, obviously, when two neighbor island schools come and converge here. Last year, the tournament ended in the Blaisdell, and what a gift it is. And shout out to everyone at UH for allowing us to enter your house and give you the HHSAA Division II and Division I. We provided for Spectrum OC 16 Sports for all your special achievements. State. That matchup comes up a little bit later on Spectrum Sports and the Spectrum News app if you want to tune into that. HPA missed out on the state tournament the last 4 years. This is their first appearance since 2020. A lot of these guys who play club ball and play for the Roots team that might be a feeder program ultimately for HPA, of a relatively small high school enrollment of just a few hundred. But here they are, found their way all the way to the final, knocked off the 2 and the 3 seeds in the tournament. Vander Eberhard, the 10th grader, against Bromo Dorn, the senior. The penultimate game of the boys basketball season is for the Division II championship. From Mono, off we go from Simplify Arena at SSC. What are you gonna look at here early, Coach?
All Seabury's going to defend the bigs on the inside. Of course, they know they have the same bit of size. They just are not as physical. Their bigs are generally the perimeter size, so they're coming out in that 3-2 zone.
Yamasaki opens with a 3 at the corner of the backboard and almost got it home, and Dorn gets his first rebound here today. Dorn top 5 in scoring in the division this season at 26 points per game. Soren Moog here for Sustrand. Possession ball going to be critical here. Great pick there for Yamasaki. All Biff selection, honorable mention last year.
Interesting to see how HPA was guarding Seabury Hall. They were face guarding Shoestrand. They were face guarding Peterson and face guarding Dorn. And so they're content trying to let the other guys beat them.
And both teams have relatively slow starts in the semifinal rounds of their respective games. HPA trailed by minutes 13. 8 to shoot here for Kamakani. And in the hands of Root, someone's got to put it up here. Simmons with 2 to shoot. Rimmed it out, and Sustrand able to get the rebound.
Defensively, exactly what the Spartans are looking for. Contested longer jumpers away from the basket in this team that really focuses on going inside.
Seabury Hall falling to Kohala last year in overtime. It hasn't really been a talking point over the course of the season, but as we got closer to the postseason, memories were re-triggered as Dorn gets his first 2 here of the day.
Dorn has the ability to really go both ways, but when he can get to that left hand, he has the option of going all the way to the rim or pulling up short and knocking down that fade. I mean, he has so many options, so if you got to give him something, don't give him that left.
Coach Fred Warner says, you know, if we can get the game to around the 40s or 50s scoring-wise, we feel like we have a pretty good chance here. So we're seeing a lot of this patient operation here. Eberhard off on a 3. They've opened the game 0 for 3, have Kamakani.
As we said, all those shots coming from outside the paint, not able to get it to that middle, getting it to the middle in the high post, where maybe we'll see Eberhard where he can do some work.
Peterson, oh! Sebastian Peterson, who had a career-high 32 points in the opening run against Kaiser, gets his first 2 here this 2025 state championship.
Make no mistake about it, regardless of division, Dorn and Peterson are 2 of the best players in the state.
Lob to Eberhardt, almost got boxed out of the spot. He missed the shot. It was Soren Moog to help kind of bump him out of the play. Peterson back on the push.
You'd see Eberhardt coming down the floor and say, throw it higher.
Dorn. Oh, yeah. 7-0 the run.
Exactly the start that Seabury Hall wanted. They're playing this zone, forcing longer shots. The one shot that went inside, forced the miss, running out. Dorn with a couple of buckets. Sebastian Peterson getting his as well. I mean, that's just how you draw it up for Seabury.
Micah Yamasaki, can he break the seal? Flat on that shot. Rebound here for Sustrand.
Coach Fred Warner said he wanted to play that slow game. It's just this big zone is so tough to go against in the half court.
Dorn diving down the lane, had it altered from behind. It came out to Kingdon Simmons. Simmons back on the push. They're 0 for 5 from the floor to start. Got to get something down the ring here. Eberhardt fading back off the glass. Good effort on the glass there for Cam Root to keep it alive. Simmons off on the 3 and the rebound here for Moog. This pace is dangerous here for HPA. Something that Seabury Hall has thrived in over the course of the MIL season, en route to winning 16 consecutive games. And these teams did meet in the preseason, so there is familiarity there. Peterson fading and hitting.
Man, Peterson is such a good guard. You saw him drive for the first time, go off glass. This time that short, hanging one-legger with a little fade. He has just as many options, really, as Dorn. And, you know, Dorn's gotten a lot of attention, but Sebastian Peterson is so good.
Rhodes gave it up. Vander Eberhardt swung it. Simmons down the baseline. No good. Rebound here for Dorn. Dorn has already opened with 5 points, a few rebounds here so far in the first 4:40 of the game. Goes right to the cup, and Eberhardt, the 10th grader, goes up and denies it. One of the better shooting three-point teams, not just in the MIL, but the entire state. Dorn works it there. Peterson works it here. Everything working so far for the Spartans early on. 9-0.
Tough loss.
Today.
Make longs a part of your day.
I love your daughter so much.
Are you saying munch?
Yep. He's craving my new Big Smash Jack with more than double the beef of a Big Mac.
I'm in love.
With?
What's her face, right? Get my new Big Smash Jack and so much more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Take all the great OC16 action with you on the go at the Spectrum News app. All the latest local sports, news, and weather that matter most to you. Download it now. It's on the App Store and Google Play. The final 2 days of the winter sports season. There you see Root off a swing. Baseline cover there for Rhodes. Root refeeds at the top for Iona. Simmons tries to carve. Got it up top. Root triple teamed on the side. I think Susran got him.
That might have been a quadruple team. Just everybody converging to the paint.
Dorn. Short on the back tap. And the rebound taken there by Christian Rhodes. Eberhard. HPA averaging 62 points per game this season. They've won their last 2 games to get here. Coming across the lane, off the missed shot there for Iona. And a foul in the act. 2 free throws coming HPA's way here for Cam Root.
Seabury just working that action. I mean, Bromo Dorn coming off of the curl all the way to the basket. And when he reaches up, he was outside of the backboard frame, yet that long left hand just snuck right in there for the finish.
Root kind of grew into more of a distributor with this group. It's a 3-sport athlete, volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 points yesterday here for Cam. And a senior who's really helped lay down the foundation for future success. There's Ian Caldwell's in. For Root, averaging about 13 here in the tournament. He's been at HPA for a good minute. Now they get a 6th player off the court here for HPA. And here for Root, you know, he's been around HPA for a while. He's been loyal to HPA too. He's rooted, not recruited. Hit the heel though there. Here's Moog, and we get the rebound. 11-1 already in HPA, trying to find some rhythm. Schustrand from 15. Look at the fight there for Moog to try and get it, but the ball popped out here to Christian Rhodes.
A little better job defensively, just staying in front. Like that high-low action.
Oh, Cam Root, tough catch and a better finish.
That's what I thought they would go to earlier, putting Eberhard there in the high post, going high-low. Root does such a good job of sealing there on the low block, and those opportunities will become available. And if they suck in, then maybe you can kick back out to shooters like Yamasaki or Iona.
Yamasaki defensively guarding Peterson out there. Inside of a minute, Schustrand out of the corner. Got them all for 3. His 5th of the tournament, the 28th of the season. He's at a 3 now in 5 consecutive games.
Robinson really uses that length to see where the top of the defense is. And when the person catching it on the backside is 6'5" Schustrand, there's nobody else that's going to go up and block that either.
About a 10-second differential between the clocks. Rhodes all the way. Rebound here for Dorn. 7 points, 3 rebounds for him. The shot clock is off. It's been all Seabury Hall here, shooting 60% from the floor here. Batted away. Look at Yamasaki. His fight again. Unmatched.
This is the point where Seabury Hall, in these short clock moments where they like to go to Dorn, and you really got to push out on him because he'll pull it from 25 or 30 feet even.
4.7. Peterson's pointing at Dorn to maybe take it back. Here he is. In the hands of Dorn. It's a 3. And the rebound taken by Caldwell, and the quarter comes to a close. And as ideal of a start as you could hope or imagine for Seabury Hall. Dorn, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 of 7 from the field. As the Spartans shoot 55% through the first period. To the second we go, and the MIL champs on top by 11. Here in this HHSAA Division II championship.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. from the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $429 per month lease or 2.9% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline Trail Sport.
Aloha, I'm Merlinda Garma, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
This week on Cooking in Hawaiian Style, presented by the Hawaii Community Foundation, right here at the beautiful Royal Lahaina Resort and Bungalows. My brother, Chef Adam Tabura, will be joining us. What are you going to make, Chef?
Today we're making the Lahaina au gratin of ulu.
All right. What else are we doing?
We're going to do the David Malo tribute. David Malo de Lao Lao.
Oh,
but we're going to take a little bit of venison in it.
All right, this is going to be a good one. You're not going to want to miss it. It's Cooking Hawaiian Style, celebrating 20 seasons.
Aloha, I'm Dut Leandro. Join me as I visit with local chefs, musicians, and Kama'aina who all share the love of good grinds.
Another key to his successful poke is fresh fish. Fresh fish meaning it's 100 feet from the store. And they go every day to Honolulu Fish Auction and pick up their fish.
Tune into Dut's Grinds and Good Times Monday at 9:30 p.m. and all throughout the week only on Spectrum OC16.
Saturday, we hit the mats with some of the best in the state to find out who can grapple their way to glory. It's the Texaco State Wrestling Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum. Well, coming up tomorrow, going to be a long, exciting day for everyone in the Blaisdell as we get ready for the Texaco State Wrestling Championships. Note the start time, tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Give you all 28 matches. Best of luck to the guys and gals that are actually wrestling in the preliminaries and the earlier rounds today. We'll get showdown style tomorrow. One mat, a couple of spotlights, center stage in the Blaisdell.
How do you think you would do in your weight division?
Oh, you mean 85 pounds? Not great. I will say this, though. Before I got this job, which I'm very lucky to have and be next to you, I used to announce local pro wrestling.
Oh. A little different.
A little different, a little different. But, yeah. It was on Olelo. That's how, yeah.
Did you have an announcer name?
Yeah, it was Felipe.
Okay.
14-3. Seabury Hall here. What do you make about what we saw in the first 8 minutes, Coach?
Seabury Hall is just having their way with it, really defensively and offensively, and it just accounts for this lead.
Nobu Shing is into the game, missed the shot. The rebound here for the freshman Iona. HBA had decent looks at some shots. Nothing went down the ring just yet, though. Yamasaki had that sealed off. Rhodes rotates Simmons now. And a good job of shutting down Eberhardt. They've been spying on him here. Eberhardt has to battle Shoestrand, now has to battle Dorn.
You get to this point at 14-3, really struggling to score. You have to take a couple more risks, take a little more contested shots, or really crash the boards hard.
Iona got the glass. And sometimes this building can kind of swallow you in. It is intimidating if you haven't played in here. You don't see the regularity of being in this building. And off to the races is Gavin Rhodes. Rhodes got it. Rhodes, whose twin brother Christian is on this team. Gavin, the junior, is 1 minute and 50 seconds younger than him, but both of them just as physical. Shoestrand. Hit a heel on a 3. Rhodes, look at that. The football athlete ran over Nobu Shing. Ho, ho. Things slow down here for Iona. HBA lost the BIF championship, but held Kohala to just 38 points. Lob here, Eberhard!
There he is, athleticism on full display. Tried that play earlier, tried to go to that back door, but didn't throw it high enough. Eberhard told him to throw it higher, and he did there on that one.
And it's Peterson to go high off the window to answer back with a 2 of his own.
Peterson still so composed, just it didn't phase him. The big dunk seemed like a momentum shift and just took it right to the hole and finished.
Maybe those first quarter jitters are out here for HPA. Simmons from the deep line. Wide right, and the rebound here for Peterson. Shoestrand says, boys, let's run. Oh, Nobu Shing in rhythm. Rebound here for Simmons. Feed it down the middle. Eberhard again, but he got robbed at the rim on the flush. And gonna go the other way. Man, Vander Eberhard, who spent his middle school years at HPA before having a short stint at Christ the King School in New York. His brother Emery was at UH Hilo, now over at Southwestern College after transferring out. His father, Brandon's an assistant coach with some time at UH Hilo, so he's got some pretty deep basketball bloodline within him. At 6'8" and a 10th grader.
Yeah, look how well put together he is. That's not the body of a sophomore. And you saw him go up, great back screen there by Simmons and a good pass by Yamasaki. Made the adjustment, got it up higher.
Schustrand slammed on the brakes with Dorn on that side as well. Able to hit the hoop.
Dorn and Peterson and Schustrand, their big three for Seabury Hall, accounting for all 18 points.
And still shooting at a pretty good clip at 50%. Eberhard swings, Simmons open. Just a little off. Schustrand able to get the rebound. Is there a depth perception when you were first here?
There is. Walking into this arena where the background is deep and it's darker than what you're used to seeing. High school gyms generally have walls, or it's brighter behind the basket. And in this scenario, behind that glass backboard, it's a little more difficult to see. I mean, shooters still shoot.
Yeah. Just like Soren Moog. Averaging 4.5 a game. Able to get 2 there.
You know, that being said, Stan Sheriff is one of the better environments, even though it is arena. You start to pick it up pretty quickly. You get through the warm-up and you start to understand the depth and get pretty comfortable quick.
And it's been the Spartans that have been calibrating their shots really well here. This ball is thrown high of Iona. It's a turnover. Seabury Hall in 9 from Bromo Dorn. Went across the lane, stopping, popping, and dropping. Could be the MIL Player of the Year by the time this season's over.
Tough loss, Coach. Any words?
They just played a much better game.
Did you say munch?
Sounds like someone's craving my new crispy boneless wings.
Jack, what do you think of today's loss?
Embarrassing. Try my new crispy boneless wings and so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 8 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
Hurry, only 1 more month to enjoy these specials. Our popular Firecracker Karaage chicken plate is back, along with turkey neck soup. Both are top picks you won't want to miss.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 8 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
I love your daughter so much.
Are you saying munch?
Yep. He's craving my new Big Smash Jack with more than double the beef of a Big Mac.
I'm in love.
With?
What's her face, right? Get my new Big Smash Jack and so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
At Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, can the win streak continue? We hope so for Ren Wahine as they take on UC San Diego. It goes down tomorrow at Game On. Scott Robbs and the crew get you going on Spectrum Sports. You see Iea, Santi Sarbalin on the right there, Noah Park, Shaylin Kazama. Congratulations, Iea, finishing 4th in the HHSAA Division II tournament. Kohala able to beat them earlier today. Bromo Dorn, named after Mount Bromo, a volcano in Indonesia. His mother had a background out there in Indonesia, and we say this all the time. Mount Bromo, 7,641 feet. Bromo Dorn, 6 feet 5 inches. Just for perspective and reference. Here's Dorn. Dorn drew a double with Schustrand. Peterson tries to make a move, got Rhodes down and popped it. Taking ankles and taking buckets here for Peterson.
Peterson has just as much of the same ability to explode points-wise, and if they're overplaying Dorn, he really takes advantage. He can really fill it up.
Intercepted. This is a foul, going to go the other way. I love Gavin Rose's intensity. He's awesome defensively, but he just gets called for the foul.
Peterson, also that lefty, able to turn the corner and just pump fake, stayed in control. I don't think he had any plan on shooting it until the defender stumbled a bit and just took full advantage.
What do you make about the confidence level we're seeing with this team? This almost looks like a complete turnaround from what we saw in the Blaisdell last year.
Well, this isn't a new situation for them, and they're hungry.
Gavin Rose, excellent work, gets the pick and the points.
You know, as good as they were last year, I mean, you can see how much work they put in the offseason, and that confidence comes with the work.
We got 30-second timeout, Seabury Hall. Gavin Rhodes, him and his brother coming over from Nevada, loving the HPA lifestyle on Hawaii Island. Because we always need physical guys, according to head coach Fred Warner. He says those are our guys. They're football athletes. They just bring this toughness and tenacity with us. And speaking of football guys, on the right side of your screen, number 1 in the hoodie, Alakai Aipia not playing here tonight, number 1. What needs to be noted, by the way, is that he's a great football athlete, but he rushed for 2,111 yards this year and 23 touchdowns. And on top of that, he rushed for 429 yards in a single game. It was the state single game rushing record. 429 yards in a game. And good on you, kiddo, because I don't think that got enough coverage, by the way, when football season was around, and Aipia deserves that. 429, that's insane. He beat Jesse Carney's 379 for Kalaheo, by the way.
Wow. Peterson got the bucket. Good persistence, just staying with it. Simmons working his way through, keeping his feet, not traveling, and finishing.
HPA, much better shooting percentage here in the quarter. They're 4 of 8. Swing to Simmons, Eberhard showing the distance. Shorting that one, rebound here for Peterson. Peterson with a lot of options and a great poke away from behind by Simmons to track it back and recover defensively.
I like this lineup here for HPA. I like Eberhard there in the high post. They're going to have to find a way to get the ball into him in that spot. He can knock down that jumper rather than shooting that long fade. He has the opportunity to get the jumper one dribble all the way in or throw that high-low pass down the route.
Inside with just a little bit of body contact after Cam Root tried to challenge on the drive.
Romo Dorn getting all the way to the rim. One guy, two guys, it doesn't matter. He's able to get there, able to finish, or he gets contact. And to be that tall with that athleticism and that skill set, man, it's so difficult just to find a way to stop him.
I'm still trying to weigh out his collegiate options right now for the kid who grew up in Pukalani. He's been with some ungodly numbers by Hawaii standards. He had 37 twice this year in a game against Kihei Molokai. He had 44 against King Kekaulike in a preseason game, and also in a game against Molokai, he had 8 threes, which is the second most threes hit by any player in the state this season in a single game.
You can see that athleticism and skill set, obviously, and you know, at that college level, whether it's Division II, Division I, he's going to have to put on some weight. And I'm trying to imagine him as a stronger player, a better player than what he is, and that's scary.
Yamasaki fronted here by Hennessy. Got it up there inside there for Root, and that's a foul. Jack Benden was trying to play defense on that side too, but he got hacked on the way to the rack by Bendon.
Good cut there by Root down to the left side post, which is what he likes, the lefty. Very much like what we're going to see later on tonight. Pupu Sepulona loves that left block as well.
Fun times at Hawaii Preparatory Academy, by the way. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. And Fred Warner wanted to shout out all the great alumni that have supported HPA. In fact, there were a lot of late bookings for flights today, so HPA fans can come here. And if you're watching us on Spectrum, we appreciate you as well. In fact, they have the annual HPA Olympics that's coming up next Wednesday, a battle between the grade levels at the high schools. A number of different events for Fred Warner, who is the head of school, and the great Chris McLaughlin on the right side, our Spectrum Sports colleague, and Stephen Perry, the athletic director. Great coach as well. HPA is such a tight-knit group out there, and what they do for their students, of course, a boarding school. I mean, a great education out there on Hawaii Island. Dorn with 10 points here in this first quarter. Peterson's got 10 as well. They have 20 of the Seabury Hill 25 combined. Bendon got it off to Dorn. Off the switch here, 10 to shoot for Dorn. Not going to take the step back. Shoestrand finds Dorn. Dorn going to let it fly. And the rebound came out here to Simmons. Shot clock is off.
Really nice job defensively by HPA. Those guys are long. Shoestrand and Dorn can shoot it over you, but they just stayed right up in him. Not able to get square and shoot.
A little confusion in the offensive set. Now they're down to 4. Uh-oh, they're in trouble. It's Simmons. It's 3. It's off. The tip is nearly down for Rhodes. It just rimmed out, and we hit the half. Got something out of it. Scott Prather willing his team in it. He's fired up, and for good reason. Will history be made tonight for the boys from upcountry? Right now, the MIL Chants on top, 25-13.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
How deep do Pizza Hut's roots run in Hawaii? Through all the decades, we know what our island ohana love. Great taste at an even better price. Like our large one-topping carry-out pizza for just $15.99. You choose your favorite topping, pepperoni, olives, sausage, or any other single topping. Our $15.99 large one-topping pizza. Order online and carry one out today. Only at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
Saturday, Hawaii hosts UC San Diego for a one-game homestand between conference road trips. Rainbow Wahine basketball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Aloha, I'm Merlinda Garma, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
This week on Outside Hawaii, we'll explore community-led conservation efforts, including the Maui Navigation Team, community volunteers who are passionate about protecting Maui's nearshore resources. We'll learn about the Lindsay Ohana's generational kuleana toward Aina, and we'll visit a school nurturing both trees and students. Tune in to Outside Hawaii only on Spectrum OC16, 100% original, 100% local.
How's it? It's Lanai. Get ready for a brand new season of Lanai's Travel Club on OC16. Join us as we explore the tastes, textures, and traditions that define each destination.
Oh, it's so good. I think I'm joining Japanese.
This season, we're kicking things off in Tokyo, Japan, but that's just the beginning. This show will take you all over the world, from Japan, Portugal, Korea, China, the Philippines, and some other amazing cities. So don't miss it, only on OC16.
Elevate the way you watch University of Hawaii and local high school sports. On TV, online, and on the go. No matter where you are, the excitement is at your fingertips with Spectrum Sports and Spectrum OC16.
25-13. The number 1 seeded Seabury Hill Spartans on top by a dozen here, and from the jump, it was Bromo Dorn to really kind of set the tempo and build momentum here for the MIL champs early.
You know he was going to come out firing, and this game means so much to him, especially coming out of that loss last year in the championship. But he hasn't forced. He's found shots within the flow and able to knock those down, the clean, the open ones, getting to the rim, the threes, the curls. And if he continues to stay that patient, they're going to continue to build the lead.
Dorn 10 points, 3 rebounds already here in this first half. Felipe Ojastro and Dean Shimamoto and Jimmy Bender and Tom Yoshida. Give me the positives here. What you like from HPA here in this first 2 quarters?
Well, they really picked it up after that first quarter. Struggled 14-3 after the first quarter. Had a 10-point quarter, 11-10 there. So their defense got a little bit better. Offensively, they were finding their ways to a couple more buckets, getting into the middle of that zone, finding a couple options, getting a couple to fall. So again, promising, right? It's progress. So 3 points to 10 points, stopping them a little bit more than they did defensively. So hopefully that improves going into the second half.
They've been shooting the 3-ball okay so far in the tournament, but here tonight, nothing down the ring, just 0 for 8 in the first 16 minutes here in this Division II championship. Seabury Hall is 0-2 in HHSAA Division II finals. Can they break that losing streak right now, halfway home to a historic first state title?
Tough loss, Coach. Any words?
They just played a much better game.
Did you say munch?
Sounds like someone's craving my new crispy boneless wings.
Jack, what do you think of today's loss?
Embarrassing. Try my new crispy boneless wings and so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time for a different kind of power. Whether you choose an electric Honda or a hybrid, from the Kelley Blue Book Best Overall EV and Hybrid brand. Right now, you can get a $289 per month lease or 0% APR on a 2024 Prologue all-wheel drive Touring.
I love your daughter so much.
Are you saying munch?
Yep. He's craving my new Big Smash Jack with more than double the beef of a Big Mac.
I'm in love.
With?
What's her face, right? Get my new Big Smash Jack and so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
Well, Hawaii Prep, after only having 1 field goal made in the first quarter, got 4 in the second and started building some steam. And for a moment there, it looked like they were about to make a run. Had some pretty positives out of it.
A lot through the first quarter were just outside shots on the perimeter, forced misses, longer shots contested, and they were able to get some steals, get out in transition, find their way into the paint, even into the half court, and that led to a couple more buckets. So if they can continue to do that, maybe they can build and cut into this deficit.
We go right down the drive-through for the Jack in the Box halftime stats. Look at the shooting percentage we've seen here so far from the Spartans.
Yeah, Spartans have been efficient. We talk about the players. Bromo Dorn, 4 of 10 from the field. Sebastian Peterson, 5 for 5. Incredibly efficient there. So just balancing out that shooting percentage. But on the opposite side, Hawaii Prep, that 1 for 12 in the first quarter just really brought down their shooting percentage. 0 for 8 from 3. They got to find something on the perimeter and continue to work into the paint.
How about Kingdon Simmons as well? With those 4 blocks as a team here on a court where there's 6'5", 6'6", 6'8". At 5'11", Kingdon Simmons has half of the total team blocks here for Kamakani. Well done. Excellent work so far. But can they build momentum and overcome this deficit and try and win a second HHSAA championship? Jimmy Bender on the other side of this timeout. You're watching the HHSAA Division II State Championship here on Spectrum OC16.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Zippies.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
Hurry, only 1 more month to enjoy these specials. Our popular firecracker karaage chicken plate is back, along with turkey neck soup. Both are top picks you won't want to miss.
Heart pumping. Muscles extending. Every body is a miracle. And though we share so much, everybody is unique. What's your passion? Hold on to it. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Wednesday, Hawaii faces the Howard Bison on opening day of the Outrigger Invitational. Rainbow Wahine Softball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Back here at the Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, where Seabury Hall has a 12-point lead here at the half over Hawaii Preparatory Academy. Talking to Fred Warner before the game, he had talked about needing those touches in the paint to get his offense going. Didn't see enough of that in the first half. He said, we're going to need to get more of that, maybe even through a dribble drive, just get the ball into the paint, because that's where he feels like they can score the most. And he said, my guys are going to have to play through some contact because Seabury Hall is being physical with them tonight. Felipe and Dean, let's send it back to you.
Jimmy, thank you. Fred Warner was named the 13th head of school in the school's history after an interim tenure in 2021. He spent 30 years in education in Virginia and Hawaii combined, and 10 plus years as director of student life, and ran the boarding program. And when he got, a job promotion, if you would, ahead of school, he said, I feel very fortunate that the board has allowed me to do both, do the administrative work as head of school and to be a coach. The last time they got to the state tournament, his son Bear was a part of that team. They've had a wild road to get here. Again, he thanks the board and all the HPA supporters for getting them this far. And HPA, they give a lot of tuition out there, right? Financial aid for a school, according to the Hawaii Association of Independent Schools. Tuition $34,100 right now in a boarding school. But,
that includes the boarding.
Yeah, so it's just it's good times out there at HPA in terms of campus culture-wise, and who knows what something like this could build upon in the future here.
Yeah, they haven't been here in a little while, and you can see the type of athletes that they have and the type of basketball that they've been playing. So it's something they clearly can build upon moving forward.
CBR Hall in the meantime, and head coach Scott Prather, you just love his fiery passion, right? And we've had a lot of fun conversations in January when we talked to him when we were in the MIL broadcasts. But here he is. They're 0-2. In 2016, they lost to University of Laboratory. Last year, they lose to Kohala. For the third time be the charm here for Seabury Hall. HPA had good defensive energy early on, but over time, Seabury Hall sometimes can kind of washes that away, and with the style of pace that they play with. And so, with Yamasaki and Eberhard on the floor, Root and Rhodes and Simmons. Same by the start, the game starts his third here for HPA. Simmons trying to get inside. Schustrand's length enough. And ahead of the pack, Dorn. Showtime. Got ahead of the pack there, and he's got a dozen.
Boy, really looking to try and get it inside. It's just that you have to make the outside threat a threat so that the entire defense isn't sucking in. Able to get it there inside to Root for an easier finish, but that is the ticket.
It's good finish there for Root to answer quickly back for Kamakani. And I got a mismatch as Dorn found Simmons. Schustrand guarded by the sophomore Yamasaki. Peterson deep. Simmons, great job to go up and get the rebound here.
Looking for Hawaii Prep to push a little bit more transition, not necessarily get all the way into the rim or take a quick shot, just to get something secondarily. Gets you an easier post on the inside just because the defense isn't fully set and rotated.
Eberhard knocks it in, coming off 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks yesterday against IAEA in that 10-point win. He has 4, but he's trying to really battle among the trees to get anything he wants now. Dorn guarded by Rhodes. Christian Rhodes, great intensity on the floor, tries to guard and wins that battle. Excellent work. Comes out to Eberhard.
Rhodes has done a good job there on the perimeter. You saw that last shot to end the quarter earlier. Just stayed with him, stayed up in him. Nothing clean, nothing easy.
Inside of 6 minutes. They've gotten a stop on one end. Can they get a bucket here to get this thing down to single digits? 8 to shoot here for Kamakani. Inside Simmons, slammed on the brakes, freed up. Yamasaki Draw blocking foul just as the shot clock was running down. It's going to go against Dorn.
Boy, Prep looking to go inside. Defense sagging, and Bowman Dorn getting out on the break. And he may lead the state in number of dunks.
I think you're right.
In league play, they press, they get out, they run. And I've seen games where he's had 5 dunks in the first quarter.
Well, he had like 4 when we were in Maui.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a dunk package from EVS. A rare one. Yamasaki swings. Simmons going to take it. Prior to that, on the drive, he gets bumped. And a foul here. Second of the quarter.
We talked about how to beat zones, right? And we said the first way is to beat it down the floor. So if you can get in transition, the second way is to move it. And in that way, they moved it around the perimeter. And the third way is to gap it. And that's trying to get into the middle of the paint. And whenever they've been able to do that, they've gotten some opportunities inside or some cleaner shots from outside.
Stay on this side. HPA. Only 3 losses this year to Konawaina, Kamehameha Hawaii, a couple of Division I teams, and then Kohala, as we mentioned, in the BIF final. A game where they kind of had some small leads, just couldn't able to withstand the pressure towards the end. Simmons wide right on the 3. Here comes Dorn back the other way. 5 of 12 from the floor here in this Division II championship for him. 12 points.
Boy, Prep just needs one of those to go. They're 0 of 9 so far from 3-point range.
Oh, Cam Root can jump. Woo. Yeah, now they're going to need to hit something here to try and build momentum. Simmons, no, batted, loose, dive, still loose. Dorn, it is a tie-up. The arrow's going to go the other way. Man, Cam Root. I'm going to start calling him Cam Roof. Look at how he stuffs this.
Just stayed up with it, and knowing Bromo Dorn is going to go to that left hand and just sitting on it, stayed there, stayed in the right place, avoided the foul. And, you know, we talked about offensively beating those zones.
Hang on a second here. Do you know these floor wipers, by the way?
I may. Depends how good of a job they do.
Do you know the guy on the right?
That would be my son, Cole.
30-second timeout to be taken here.
Well, I'm hoping he's absorbing some of this basketball more than the moisture on the floor.
It's a pretty good gig if he can get it, too. Spartans take the timeout. And he's seeing himself on the Jumbotron right now above us. And look at his friend. He's just like, dude, what have you got me into?
That's his classmate, Xander Wakita. One of the best 5th grade shooters in the state.
Look how handsome your son and that other guy looks like, too. They play basketball, I assume?
Yeah, they're both on my club team.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How successful is that? What club is that and how successful
That's
is it?
Takeover. Okay. And we've done pretty well. Pretty good team.
You've taken over? Very nice.
So people ask if I'm still coaching or want to go back to coaching. I said I am, just no one over 11 years old.
Very nice. Well, you're getting a lot of FaceTime here today, for sure. 27-17. There were a couple times yesterday where Seabury Hall almost relinquished their lead they had against Kohala and somehow find a way to get out of it.
Yeah, I think at times they can get a little complacent because they have so much ability. They feel like they can go get a bucket whenever they want, but sometimes in championship games that doesn't happen.
Foul here. This is on Rhodes. Christian Rhodes, they love his physicality and his intensity. Coach Warner says he might be the most competitive guy in this team, along with his brother, Gavin Rhodes. He says we need a little nastiness, a little edge to our guys sometimes.
No, you're exactly right. I didn't know much about this team until I started watching them. Those 2 guys just stood out for their effort, their defensive aggression.
Moog over Eberhard. No. Root able to get the rebound. The deficit is 10 here.
You can really see Hawaii Prep picking up the physicality. They're playing with more contact, with more intent.
Rhodes threw it into a whole lot of white jerseys. It came out to Shoestrand, and a foul here. Eberhard tried to get right after it, but instead it ends up being against him, and it's Eberhard to pick up the personal.
Seabury Hall just content with sitting on the inside, forcing players like Rhodes to knock that shot down, or at least show that they're going to shoot it. So they're sitting there, they're still looking to get it in. Again, it has to be a bit of a threat from the outside just to open up those passing lanes.
Here's Dorn. Had a dunk earlier, and the length there of Root able to knock it out. And it takes us to our under 4 TV timeouts. HPA showing a lot of great energy. Can they get a run? Get this thing closer here. Down a dime.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 8 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
Aloha. You may have seen our commercials throughout the pandemic thanking our hardworking members. They work tirelessly to keep us powered up and connected to the world. But this goes out to all of you, Hawaii. Thank you for being so patient and supporting our members through it all. We would not be here without you. Now that we are through the worst of it, we wanted to thank all of you for your continued support. So if you see one of our members out there, make sure you give them a shaka and a smile. We appreciate you.
Life has a way of surprising you. Don't get caught unprepared. Whether it's money for a rainy day, a college fund, or your retirement, at Hamada Financial Group, we can help you prepare for the future. Our financial professionals provide financial guidance that's tailored to the needs of you and your family. We work with you to make sure you have the framework so that when things get unsteady, you can have stability when you need it most. Preparing for the future is more important than ever. Call Hamada Financial Group to get started today.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 8 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
Well, coming up, the Rainbow Wahine softball team will take on Howard. It comes your way on Wednesday on Spectrum Sports. Back here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Dorn with 12 points. Peterson with 10. Scott Prather and the Seabury Hall team in their 16th Division II state championship tournament. They're 18 and 26 overall in games. Peterson, Eberhard able to get the rebound.
Hoyput has done a much better job defensively. They're holding the Seabury offense really at bay. They're just not able to find offense themselves to be able to cut down this lead.
Oh, Schustrand, the arms got it off the legs of Cam Root. And Spartan ball. Iona in here for Kamakani. Yeah, you're exactly right there, Coach. I mean, Seabury Hall is just 1 of 6 in the period. But HPA hasn't been able to convert that to points. There's 2 of 5 in the period for them. Iona guards Peterson. Peterson got bumped out of his spot, and because of it, he ended up on the end line. It's out, and that's what Peterson's arguing. He thought he got a push off from Iona.
Talked about that 1 for 6, and you think about the shots over the course of this quarter that Seabury Hall has been taking and getting, and there have been longer jumpers, not much in the paint, almost like Hawaii Prep there offensively in the first half. So they're going to have to find a way themselves to get out in transition, maybe run a little bit because they're so good with it.
Yamasaki got it into Root, a kick and a swing. The freshman Iona, trying to thread it through and went right by Root. Turnover.
That was one of those opportunities where Root has to go up with that. He's 3 feet from the basket. They haven't been able to get it to him there. Just turn over that left shoulder and use the strength. Cannot afford to be that patient.
Schustrand, Peterson pirouette, split a double. Dorn, a triple try. He hits. Got another. His second one on the day. And the 43rd this season.
We talked about trying to get to the paint, but when he's that squared up and he can get a clean look, that's a great shot.
Yamasaki. Oh, yeah. Answered back. And a 30-second timeout by Kamakani.
Huge hit. Came off the handoff for Bromo Dorn. squares up, knocks down that three. Both teams just no offense for this early part of the third quarter, and then back-to-back threes.
HPA, we talk about kind of the numbers that they've had on their campus, roughly about 400 students or so, about 300 at the high school level. In total, there are students from about 15 states, 25 nations, and 3 different Hawaiian islands that have made up the student enrollment out there. And currently in their campus kind of makeover vision for Vision 2049, all about sustainability and trying to become those elite level academic programs on that campus. It's a very lofty goal to try and achieve and try to hit their target. It's for the betterment of their students. Right now, they're prepping very early right now. It's been about a 25-year plan to try and get to become one of the great academic institutions about sustainability in a lot of different subjects for that campus. And 2049 is important because about 25 years, right, they'll turn 100. Here's Peterson. Pearson off a pop, missed the shot. Great rebound there for Rhodes, going up and yanking it down. Largest lead for the Spartans was 15. It's really been kind of stagnant on this 10-point hole. Bucket here would be great, obviously, for HPA, just to build some momentum and energy for a group hoping to win a second HHSAA championship. 8 to shoot, time running down. Eberhard's off on the shot, Peterson's off on the run. Peterson against Rhodes, quadruple team, swung, it's a 3 for Shoestrand.
That's that transition we were talking about. It didn't end up in a layup, but it forced everybody on Hawaii Prep to get back into the paint, leaving Shoestrand there in transition.
Peterson got it to Dorn. Dorn, the Euro, in and out, and got the putback. Quickly back up to their largest lead at 15.
Best way to get a clean opportunity is to get out in transition and back-to-back buckets, 3 and a 2.
Eberhard, yes. 6 points for him.
Really, up until that point, Seabury Hall has done a great job of keeping the ball out of that high post. And Eberhard has the ability to knock down that mid-ranger, especially with how as high as he can elevate. I'm sure they're going to go back to taking that away.
Dorn tries to jab in prod here. He's got 13 on the clock. Dorn swung it out. Moog might have 2 blocks there. Rhodes and Eberhard. Wow. Simmons gets fouled here at 3-point in. It's going to be ruled an intentional foul. And 2 officials will discuss. It'll be Gregory Dunnigan and Jonathan Leong. The X sign went up. So it'll be maybe a 4 or 5-point trip potentially here. As Kingdon Simmons is at the line. Simmons is 1 for 9 from the field here today. This is his first trip to the line. They were discussing who the foul's going to be on. Looks like it's going to go against Peterson. The clear path signal was clear there. Let's bring in Tom Yoshida. Tom?
And we're looking at it from the official's perspective. He grabs him, clearly not playing the ball, and so immediately comes out with the intentional foul signal. And I think it was a good job by the officials themselves. They got together to make sure and verify, did you see the same thing we saw? Yes, so there was consensus, and so I thought it was a good call for the intentional foul.
All right, Tom, thank you. Simmons missed the first free throw. He hits that one. And they get possession and a chance to cut this thing down to 9 maybe.
Seabury Hall missed the opportunity. They could have taken the last shot, so avoided all of this action. Dorn went a little early, went to the basket, ends up getting blocked. But they had the chance, shot clock off, to run it off and take the last one.
Iono looked for a lob. It cleared up Simmons. Open 3. No, the putback by Eberhard is good. Wave after wave, HPA came. Seabury Hall fought them off, but that's a big bucket here for Kamakani. Fans get loud here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Sustrand's got 6. Dorn has 17. Peterson with 10. Off we go to the 4th in the HHSAA Division II State Championship.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Hawaii's Longshoremen.
Servicing our island ports are longshoremen, the men and women that nurture the lifeline to Hawaii. In ancient Hawaii, the po'ola were entrusted to manage the waterfront. Today, our longshoremen are dedicated to the traditions of the po'ola as they look out for the well-being of Hawaii. Longshoremen are also coaches, mentors, and community leaders, shaping the next generation. Proudly connecting all the islands, we are grateful to Hawaii for trusting in us to bring the goods to our people. Hawaii Longshoremen, connecting daily life, our communities, our islands.
How deep do Pizza Hut's roots run in Hawaii? Through all the decades, we know what our island ohana love. Great taste at an even better price. Like our large one-topping carry-out pizza for just $15.99. You choose your favorite topping, pepperoni, olives, sausage, or any other single topping. Our $15.99 large one-topping pizza. Order online and carry one out today. Only at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
The Support Local section in your neighborhood Long's Drugs is where we get to show off local creators and small businesses. And every item has a different story to tell, whether it's handmade products or innovative and fun designs with an island touch. Support Local is a great way to invest back into Hawaii and promote the passion and hard work of our talented makers. It's one of the many ways we can malamapono our local communities. Support Local at your Longs today.
Make Longs a part of your day.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to smarter. With high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $299 per month lease on a 2025 Accord SE.
Well, coming up on Spectrum Sports, the Rainbow Warriors will take on UC Riverside. About 5 games left in the Big West Conference season. Trying to pick up some big wins and surge up the standings. Currently in the 7th, I think, at the last check. Big West Conference standings, so best of luck to the Bows. Everhard, that bucket to end the 3rd, puts him at 6 points already. Tied for a team high. Seabury Hall looking for a first ever state championship. 4th quarter begins here with Dean Shimamoto, Jimmy Bender, the Hall of Famer Tom Machado, Felipe Ostro. How does HPA climb back into this here, Coach? A number of chances to do it. They're down 10 here. As Everhard starts it with a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way. Getting it to him in the high post, best opportunity. Try to create some turnovers, runouts in transition, and also attacking the glass. We don't recall how many times they've gotten to the offensive glass, and there you see Everhard getting it.
Open underneath, and there goes Jack Bendon. Averaging 5 a game. He had 2 yesterday against Kohala. Answers back with a quick bucket.
That's why Sebastian Peterson is one of the best guards in the state, regardless of division. He's able to knock down shots, but also has great vision.
Root, we get a foul away from the ball as Everhard got tangled up with Bendon, looked like. And Dorn asking, what did Bendon do? And it is on Jack Bendon.
Sebastian Peterson saw 2 coming at him, so it wasn't a real trap. Root probably could have sat there on the backside and taken that one away, but Sebastian Peterson saw those 2 bodies, knew someone was open.
Iona trying to direct traffic here. Got to get it in, just does so. Root finds Iona. Long on a 3 and a rebound here for Shoestrand.
That would be one of those scenarios. Root, Eberhardt have to go to the hole. They got to send 3, maybe even 4 bodies. At this point, you cannot worry about that attack in transition because you need to generate more offense.
Foul here on Simmons. Picks up the personal. Wow, he was flirting with that center line. Almost got called for the backcourt. Here for Dorn. That foul big. Here's Peterson to throw it in. It's a big 3, right? Shoestrand, Peterson, Dorn. Even the Three engines that have helped this thing go along here in the MIL and now here in the state tournament. Sustrand working around everybody. Peterson freed. Heavily guarded there by Yamasaki, who's been great here defensively all night. He threw it away, did Peterson. Simmons against Dorn. It goes off of Dorn, cleanly able to deflect it and stay here with the guys in red.
Dorn did a really great job of just getting back all the way in front, not challenging. I think it might have went off his knee or off the top of the thigh. But the referee that made the call was shielded away from that action.
On the backside of that play. Simmons hits a three. He needed that one.
The team needed that one. Man.
It was 0 for 5 part of that. And they're within 7. Timeout. Seabury Hall.
Starting to feel this momentum shift. Just a simple pass out to the corner. Biggs drawing a lot of attention inside, and Simmons there on the outside. So Seabury Hall is going to try and take away what's been working for Hawaii Prep, and it's been the inside. So giving up that shot, Hawaii Prep had to prove it, and Simmons did right there.
For Seabury Hall, who have run the table so far this year since the regular season started, but they're trying to add their name to this list. The best part about the Division II is that there's a lot of variety of teams that have won the championships, about a dozen in total. The 8 that you totally see there, and the 4 in the others category, if you will. Hawaii Prep winning theirs in 2014. If Seabury Hall is able to win this, they will become the second MIL team to win a Division II championship, as Maui Prep won it. Shout out Drew Triplett, by the way, doing great things over at Maui Prep. And by the way, let's give some love to Kai Shively. Kai Shively might be a very underrated guard in that area. And he's been playing lights out here for Maui Prep. Missed out in the state tournament, though, unfortunately, there for the Pueo. And here's Seabury Hall just found a way. And, you know, there's been talk about Seabury Hall jumping up in division. They're pretty comfortable right now where they sit. But the future here, they graduate 6 seniors, but they do get Sebastian Peterson back. They are going to have to lose Dorn and Sustrand. But there's enough pieces here that they can build upon, including some of their younger division teams, to thrive and get back to the state tournament next year. Dorn. Whipping one. Bendon, but not breaking. Jack Benton inside.
Sometimes that Seabury Hall offense can get stagnant. Clear outs for Peterson, clear outs for Dorn. That time, Bendon stays active on the backside. Greatly timed cut, perfect pass by Dorn.
9-point game. HPA during the regular season and into the playoffs, not the greatest three-point shooting team. Picked up a little bit here in the playoffs. Can they answer with Simmons? Hit the heel, and it came out to Dorn. So Dorn has 6 rebounds to go along with 17 points here this afternoon.
Still feel like Hawaii Prep's missing opportunities to go to the glass. Eberhardt being the first guy back, and that's fine. You're going to stop transition, but you may be able to get a bucket like he did at the end of the quarter.
Almost traveled. I don't know. He kept the pivot foot down, and in traffic, it's Eberhardt to get a hand on it. And it was taken there by Gavin Rhodes. And that's intercepted by Bromo Dorn. Dorn drives, kick. Peterson, a 2. To the line. Hacked on the arm on the way for the jumper.
Bromo Dorn pops back, keeping the head up while he's dribbling on the attack. Sees the extra bodies, knows someone's open, and well-timed, as we said. Bendon getting to that back door, and well-timed pass.
Peterson at the line. Scott Prather's known him since the 6th grade, and it's been fun watching him evolve the last few years. He went from a skinny and slim build, worked on his body in the offseason, and he bulked up a little bit. Now he's playing with confidence. Peterson can also dunk, by the way, for his size. He hasn't done it just yet. Well, they'll be lucky to have him back next year. He was the Hawaii Honda Leaders impact player when they played the Farmers in the regular season in OC16. And he converts those. And Dorn, get timeout here. Dorn was thinking about the breakaway dunk. Scott Prather thought it was clean all the way. It is a timeout taken by HPA just prior to that ball getting loose, and Prather is beside himself right now. Where's the timeout? His background. Yeah, he's calling timeout there.
Ooh.
But, ooh.
That ball looked a little loose.
And Dorn was ready for that state playoff championship highlight moment in the flush. Tom, bang bang call, bringing Tom Yoshida, our rules analyst here. Bang bang call in terms of possession, getting the timeout. What'd you see there?
Well, the first thing the official has to do is he have to recognize there's a timeout, and there has to be possession. Once those two elements, that's when you can call the whistle. So that's one of the key things. Now, when things happen beyond that, you can always tell the coach, Coach, I recognize that the player had possession when the timeout was recognized. So it really comes down to when did he have possession and who called the timeout. If there's a head coach, then I recognize him. If it's an assistant, I don't recognize him.
And coaches are pretty calm and cool about that, right?
You think? I'm not sure.
Thank you, Tom.
Always. That first angle was really great, and to be able to see where the ball was possession-wise while Coach Warner was calling that timeout, and it looked about mid-bounce there. So, of course, you can still have possession while dribbling, and that's may have been what he was calling.
Down 11, HPA trying to hit some shots here. 4.5 to go in this Division II championship. They trailed by as many as 15. They have not led in this game. Yamasaki rises. Short, rebound there for Schustrand. He has 9 rebounds to go along with his 6 points now.
As big as this HBA team is, Seabury Hall goes 6'5", 6'5", 6'5" there on the backside.
Peterson just has a good sense of where everyone is. It's just kind of checking the rearview mirror right now, but it's poked away by Simmons. Seabury Hall, prior to the Division II, Division I split, did play in Division I tournaments. Their last one came in 1988. In the same year, it was the second of a back-to-back University Laboratory State Championship run. Foul away from the ball against the Spartans. It might be on Bendon. It is.
Bendon went up to set that diagonal screen. I thought Bromo Dorn left a little bit early, so Bendon wasn't able to set that screen cleanly and got called for the illegal screen.
Root. Put it on the deck. Too strong off the glass, and the rebound here for Peterson. 3:40 to play. Peterson on the box. Oh my goodness, there's Bendon. Just a little strong, and Peterson somehow got the rebound. Dorn likes to work in space. Everyone collapses on him, and he finished at the rim. 19 in the state final for Bromo Dorn.
Just everything you don't want to see if you're a defender trying to stop Bromo Dorn. Him getting ahead of steam and then getting to his left side. And he could have even finished that through a little bit of contact.
Eberhard gets fouled after they try and collapse on him with 3:05 remaining. Dorn, spicy, inside, 19 points.
Redecorating? With hundreds of factory colors and free computerized paint matching, you can find the Benjamin Moore color you're looking for at City Mill. Need something? Try check City Mill.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
Hurry, only one more month to enjoy these specials. Our popular Firecracker Karaage chicken plate is back, along with turkey neck soup. Both are top picks you won't want to miss.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the Highlanders of UC Riverside as the regular season nears the end. Rainbow Warrior Basketball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Saturday, we hit the mats with some of the best in the state to find out who can grapple their way to glory. It's the Texaco State Wrestling Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum. Coming up after this Division II championship, it is the 5th meeting in the tournament and the 4th in the finals for St. Louis and Puno. St. Louis leads that series 4-0 and 3-0 in the finals, and if the Crusaders are to win, they'll be the first team since Iolani to win 4 consecutive state championships. Puno and Iolani tied at the top of the HHSAA championship list with 11 in that group. Noah Gaudiano in there. Ethan Chung just walked into the tunnel. They are getting ready for this one. St. Louis cheerleaders in the house as well. Bless you. Gesundheit. 43-30. Simmons fakes a 3. Trying to find Root. Rotate, someone's gonna free up. Yamasaki. Good close in there from Bendon as Yamasaki came across the lane to get fouled. And on his way to the line for 2.
Yamasaki taking that opportunity to get all the way to the rim, just throwing his body in, hoping for a foul. And those lanes opened up because the bigs were active on the inside, occupying defenders, cleaning up that muck that was in there and what has been in there for this entire game, really just the defensive hands and long arms, the bodies, just open no lanes.
Yamasaki ends up going a little right on that one. For a team that's 57% as a squad shooting from the line. There you go. Recalibrated. 12-point game. Bendon. We're to see him in the volleyball court possibly here, moving forward in the spring sports. There's Dorn. Dorn is getting some looks from pretty much all the Division II schools on island. HPU, along with Chaminade, of course UH Hilo as well. They're on his radar. 4 to shoot for Dorn. Stepping back for a long 2. Wide right, this ball batted out. It's going to stay here with the Spartans.
Allowing a lot of contact up here on the ball. Both of these adept ball handlers playing through that contact, not complaining for the foul. So, I mean, they got to understand what this situation is. And as Tom said earlier, at this point, you're going to let them play, let them decide it.
2:16 remaining. Here's Schustrand. There's a lot of MIL All-Stars on the floor from last year. And to make the case that all 5 could get a start and a position there as well this year for MIL All-Star selections that are coming out in about a month. Got a foul there on the drive. Oh, and Eberhard thought he drew a tie-up. Instead, the arms got tangled up.
I think it's one of those situations where I think that one wasn't a foul. There were a couple other bumps and two-handed contacts and hand checks that may have been called or could have been called, and that one may have actually been the clean possible jump ball.
Ultimately came to Gavin Rhodes. This ball kicked on the inbounds. There were 2:02 remaining. I always wonder what kind of crowd you're going to get, especially when you have 2 non-Oahu schools here, but they have a pretty good traveling fan bases for both of these programs. Shout out to them. They made the trip and made the flights. And there's a lot of teams in the hotel of Hawaii Preparatory Academy with a lot of events going on, sports and otherwise, on the island. Eberhard has to foul just to stop the clock, and Peterson, they wanted an intentional foul.
You know, it's a fair request.
Yeah. And Scott Prather's gone on the other side is saying, hey, look, if you called it on us on that other side. The question is, the table was wondering who is the foul on and if there is a foul. Eberhard was the closest guy towards Peterson, so if it is a foul.
13. Officer 13.
We got it there. Shoestrand gets it into Dorn. Dorn is trying to milk out some clock here. Peterson, about a few possessions away from history. In the bonus already. And Spartan fans can almost feel it. Subs coming in. They should be in the bonus right now. That's the 5th team foul from my understanding. So they should go to the line. First championship game for these guys, we said? They're working hard, though.
The graphics up here on this big screen are really tiny.
Yeah.
You know, as big as the big screen is, that team foul is about 1/100th of the screen.
Thankfully, they're putting the TV feed up there, too. Peterson with 12 points. And now 3 of 4 at the line. I don't think Scott Prather has sat down this entire game. Look at his eyes.
I was just watching that. I mean, the outcome feels pretty decided, but not for a coach trying to win his first championship.
Off a turnover, the pressure from Shoestrand, and Dorn gets fouled. And Dorn, this is the biggest smile I've seen him show all season.
Now it's starting to feel real.
Scott Prather, Maui graduate, 02 graduate at UH Hilo, math teacher at Seabury Hall. The numbers weren't in their favor last year. And here for Dorn, he's dropped 20 points now. Just under his tournament average of 23. 60% at the line here in the postseason. And the rebound for Eberhard. Well, Maui Prep was the last team to do it in 2022 at the Blaisdell when they beat Kaimuki. And another Maui team could be heading back home with a state title. Seabury Hall's had a lot of great success too in some other sports. Are in the Division II ranks. Also, I mean, they've always had great track runners and cross-country runners too. And HPA, remember they had that dynasty of girls and boys soccer championships. Their football team able to win the BIF several years ago. Simmons is there. Everything's a learning experience, and for the 16 years that Fred Warner is invested as a head coach or co-head with this program, should be very proud of what they've performed and produced this season. The best part is they get 11 guys back next year. Comes out to Dorn. HPA loving it, still playing hard here. Look at Yamasaki coming after it. Rhodes guards Peterson, and Rhodes will foul Peterson. I remember Peterson's interview when he was the impact player in Molokai in that game. I mean, he just had this quiet confidence in him, and he had that swagger. And when you and I got to the building, they walked right past us, and there was something in Peterson's face. Felt like it was going to be a good day, and it's probably going to be that way in the next 61 seconds of game time.
You know, he plays with that quiet confidence and that swagger. And as we said, we saw him before the game and just looked locked in. And that's how he's been playing this entire time. Nothing has fazed him. The big shots, the big opportunities, the big dunks by Hawaii Prep. And Sebastian Peterson just comes back with a great play, whether it's an assist or bucket.
.-point game and a foul. So cosmetic free throws here in the final 53.9 seconds. Now, it'll be interesting to see what Seabury Hall will do. Now, typically, if you're from a school outside of Oahu, you know, you stay for the Division I championship, because after the end of the Division I championship, you get to chop down the nets. Now, Hanalani, right, from Mililani. Right. It was a game that was played out in McKinley because of the situation with the Blades on their floor. They chopped down their own nets back on campus, which kind of makes sense, right, given the circumstances here. But how cool is it for these guys? I mean, to just play in a building with such history and tradition, about 31 years old. It's awe-inspiring here.
And that moment cutting down those nets in the arena, it's just something special.
And Caldwell's in here for HPA. Now, does a coach get a part of the net too? You get to do it 3 times, right?
Yeah, usually the coach is the last one up there.
Yeah.
And so,
but the net usually goes.
Do that.
The net usually goes on the trophy, but everyone usually gets a piece of the net. Does a coach get a piece of that?
I have a coach. I have a piece of that net.
Okay. All 3 of them?
I don't know where they are. I think I have it somewhere.
Right.
I'm going to tell you a great story. Noah Bumanglug, who is an assistant coach with Kaiser and Bryson McCartney. So he was a freshman when we won the state championship in 2016. And he went up to cut down the net, and you usually cut it down from the top where it's connected to the loops. And you cut from the top, and you kind of go around there. And he started cutting from the bottom. And we said, hey, the top. And he said, well, I never did this before.
Well, how deep into the line was he?
Oh, I think he went first. He said, why'd you put me first?
That was not great then. Well, you live and learn. 40 seconds to go. HPA has done a fairly good job shooting here in the second half. 43%. Turnover there, and Dorn has it. Shot clock is off. And Dorn is smiling. And the Seabury Hall Spartan fans will rise. Last year was such an emotional ride for that man in this school and this program. Heartbreak last year, and now Seabury Hall is in basketball heaven for the first time ever. The Spartans, Division II state champions. Emotion seeping through the pores of Scott Prather and the Seabury Hall Spartans. The third time is the charm. And the Spartans on top of the Division II basketball mountain.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with